Now that Easter has passed and I have traditionally gorged myself on chocolate, I find myself with a lot of Easter egg foil. So today I'm going to teach you how to make one of these fairies using the foil that's left over from your Easter eggs. First, we're going to section the foil up into distinct parts. Fair warning, you will also need some form of stick to hold the wings in place. You can do this with a chopstick or an incense stick, or just some wire will do. You don't need glue to make this fairy, but it will probably last longer if you do use glue. So, here we have the wings, the arms, the legs, the head, the belt, and the body. We're going to start with the wings. We will be pleating the wings, and this is a fairly easy origami technique. I've added 4 pleats to create my wings. You can basically do as many as you want or as little as you want. As it turns out, making fairies is a fairly imprecise science. There's probably also other ways of folding these wings that will make them look pretty cool, but I only had so much room for chocolate in my stomach, so therefore I only had so much foil. Once you've done the first half of the wing, the second half is easier because you're just copying it. And once you've done that, you want to make a second wing. And hell, if you want, you can make 10 of them. It would make the angel more biblically accurate. You want to scrunch the long piece of foil up into a nice little tube. Then you want to get your most damaged piece of tinfoil and screw it up into a ball. Leave a little bit left at the bottom as the neck. Now we're going to make the arms. You don't want to scrunch it up like the belt. You want to make essentially a hollow tube and then fold it at about shoulders width apart for your angel. Around halfway down your arms, you want to make a little elbow, and if you're careful about this, you can sort of give them biceps. Now onto the legs. You want to remove a little bit at the end and screw it up just like we did with the belt. And again, we'll be making a hollow sort of tube, but this time you just want to fold it in half. Then bend them at the knee a little bit higher up than halfway because you'll also be making little tiny feet. All that requires is flattening out the end of the tin foil tube and just sort of, neatening it up to make it look a little bit more like a foot and less like a brick. The last part that we will be doing is the dress. Now, because Easter eggs are all different sizes, this is kind of an imprecise science. So you just want to size it up until it's about the right size. Then you want to rip a hole in the middle. This will be where your head goes in. So now you see why we left a little bit left over for the neck. At this point, we can also get our chopstick and mount the wings. You can add a bit of glue. It does help them stay in place, but I found you don't actually need to add glue, especially if you're hanging it up, because if no one's touching it, then it's not really going to fall apart. You can then use the wings and place them inside the body, non-permanently, take them out again, as a way of sizing up the shoulders for your fairy. Now, there's probably a much better way or much neater way of doing this than just scrunching it up until it looks vaguely like a torso, but I just scrunched it up until it looked vaguely like a torso. You want to add in your wings and your arms at this point. Then you can place this aside because we're now going to work on the legs. You want to take the tiny bit of tinfoil that you took off your leg segment and twist it around as you can see me doing now. This will allow you to attach it to the belt from the inside. Fair warning, we're getting to the really fiddly bit, so you're going to have to hold a lot of things in place whilst you put it together. Basically, what you want to do is hold your arms and wings in place whilst you place the legs inside, and then you want to wrap the belt around the waist. You can then secure the legs to the belt, and then you secure the belt at the back. There's probably a better way of explaining that. You can then use the back of the belt to attach the string and hang this up from your ceiling. If you want to add little weapons or bow staffs to these angels, that's very easy to do, as you can see with this other little pink angel that I made. And if you want to follow me, that's really easy too. And I would appreciate it because I like making stuff.